Okay, we are back for some more old man tries. In this case, it's Fallen Enchantress. I think it takes a while. It's on this black screen for a while. I've started up once to check it, so we just have to wait for a little bit. I think then they will start an intro movie, which I skipped last time, but we'll watch this time. We just have to wait for the darkness to end. It's kind of, a lot like life, really. Yeah, so eventually, this should go away. It's for a game that is installed on a solid-state hard drive. It is quite slow to start up. As you can see, we do have a cursor. I'm kind of waiting and not saying too much because, there's supposed to be a movie start. Hello, Fallen Enchantress. Are you going to cooperate? Last time, doing that seemed to help. So I have started up. I know it runs. It's just not cooperating right now. Any time now, game, would be good. Ooh. No. This is scintillating stuff, isn't it? Yeah, it worked last time. Well, there you go. We didn't get the opening movie, but we got to the start screen eventually. Just took 2 minutes of waiting for stuff to happen. Unfortunately, there does not seem to be a way to replay the start movie. But this is as far as I got. You can see the time played 3 minutes, including the 2 minutes it just took to start it up. Let's kick off with the tutorial because, hey, I know very little about this game other than it appears to be a fantasy civilization. Novice posed with the basics of leading Magical Kingdom. Do you want to start a tutorial? Yes, I do. Okay. I assume this is a loading screen. There's no progress bar, but I assume this is a loading screen. So a little bit about the game, first of all. I mean, other than the fact that obviously it's a fantasy civilization. My understanding is that this game to some extent came about because the publisher released a game called Elemental Age of Magic or something like that that was basically really, really savaged in reviews and not ready for actual release. And then they subsequently released an updated version, Fallen Enchantress, which everybody who had bought the original game got for free and then went on sale, which I believe still had some issues but was much better received in general. And then ultimately, and that was good, okay, yep, give it free to the people who bought your last game. Maybe don't release a terrible game, unready game in the first place, and I don't know if this is actually doing anything. But, I guess good on you for trying to make it a bit improved by giving them the next game for free. They then subsequently did this, which is actually Fallen Enchantress Legendary Heroes, which is Fallen Enchantress with some extra bells and whistles. And I think they were selling both in parallel for a while, and potentially, costing people some money if they bought the first one, and then, because there's, as I understand it, no reason to buy Fallen Enchantress if you have Legendary Heroes, except maybe that Fallen Enchantress might work, whereas it doesn't seem like this is going to. Could be quite a short, let's try this one. I will try restarting and going back to just like a new game instead if nothing else happens. But this is embarrassingly slow if it is in fact doing anything and hasn't just crashed. I mean, it doesn't seem to be working, does it? I could try. Let's see what happens if I ask it for properties. let's try it again and see how we go. So yep, title screen goes to black. Steam community stuff is happening. Anyway, so that's what Legendary Heroes is. Fallen Enchantress Legendary Heroes is like the third iteration of the same game. Though right now I'm not overwhelmed with it, obviously. Since it basically appears to be extremely slow to do anything. And there's kind of no visual feedback or anything to tell you what is going on. It just sits there. Anyway, so that's the history of it. It's by Stardock, who are, as a corporation, a group that have behaved in ways that I find a bit unsavoury around star control. Whilst I've seen sort of some level of denial of it, their CEO appears to basically be fairly unpleasant, transphobic at the very least. I almost certainly got this game through somewhere like Humble Bundle, where I was able to redirect all the money away from Stardock and to a charity instead. Which, at this stage, given that I appear to have bought a game that doesn't actually do anything, okay, so that actually did some stuff. Like I can actually go into there. That's nice. There's an option screen. It's fairly so. I did what I would do if this was Civ in here, which is I turned off auto turn, so that it never actually ends the turn without me telling it to, and I turned on all of my sort of HUD options. I didn't actually check in here. So you can skip the intro cutscene, city build zoom mode. Yeah, I don't know what all that does right now. Shall we give the tutorial another try? Should we just go into new game? I mean, I don't know anything about how to actually make the game work, so I would really like the tutorial to work. We'll give it a second attempt. Yes, I want to play the tutorial. Essence is the blue tile yield. It determines how many enchantments your city can have. You can see how many enchantment slots the city has free on the banner, that are free on the banner that floats over the city in the world map. If your city can support 2 enchantments and unused, there'll be 2 empty slots over the city's name. Okay, great. How about the tutorial actually starts this time? I'm not expecting it to. In fact, while that's failing to work, Fallen Enchantress tutorial doesn't run. Crash after when starting a game. Didn't help very much. And yeah, this does not seem to be going anywhere at all. While that's going on, let's bring this over here. And let's try going to the actual game, I guess. Where's my this PC? There. While it's failing to run, let's go to Steam. Steam apps, common. FE, Legendary Heroes, Legendary Heroes. So if I go here and I say troubleshoot compatibility, what's it telling me? What's it telling me to try? It's saying try compatibility Windows 8. Okay, let's try. Well, first of all, let's obviously kill the game again. And then try the recommended settings. Well, that's a lot better. I'll shut up while we have an intro movie.
The world of Elemental is devastated, broken by a war of magic. Scattered across the desolation are channelers, beings capable of accessing the shards and the magic they contain. This ability has made them mighty sovereigns of the kingdoms and empires who seek to spread their dominion across the world. The world, however, will not be conquered easily. The Cataclysm has awakened ancient powers who claim vast wildlands across the world. Before the Channelers can conquer each other, they must first conquer the land itself.
All right. Well, hopefully, I think you hopefully will have seen most of that movie. I noticed that the streaming was actually still showing the desktop, but it should be all good now. Let's try the tutorial and see if it now will actually... Oh, look at that. Okay, so Windows 8 is the answer.
Welcome to the Legendary Heroes tutorial. Here you will be learning how to found your capital, use magic, expand your kingdom, and fight off your enemies. The tutorial will always show your current objective at the top of the screen. If you get stuck, left-click on the objective bar to remind you of your current task. First, you will want to find a plot of land suitable for your capital. Left-click to select your sovereign unit, then right-click to move them. If your units have run out of moves, you may need to press the turn button to advance to the next season. To start a city, you will need to find a tile with resource yields, which are represented by a yield overlay on that tile. Higher grain yields will allow for bigger cities. Higher material yields will provide cities with increased production. And higher essence yields will allow you to cast additional enchantments on that city. Once on a tile with yields, press the Settle button to build your capital.
Seems pretty straightforward. Move on to tile with yields and press the Settle button. This will found your capital city. Yeah. So this is very much, like a civilization. So there you go. There's one with yields. Not much in the way of magic, but other things, which is good. So if I move to there, and then I settle.
Improvements can provide your city with a number of bonuses that range from increasing your research to providing every unit trained in the city with a special trait. In order to construct improvements, you will want to use the city's build menu. Use the list to select an improvement, then click the build button to begin construction. Improvements take multiple seasons to construct. As your production increases, the number of seasons required will be reduced. Many improvements can be upgraded. Keep this in mind when constructing improvements, as upgrades can be crucial to the future of your city's development.
Okay. Build your capital, so build, construct your first improvement. Okay, so build. Okay, so we can do a study, we can demolish, or we can clear forest. Well, it doesn't seem like we have many options there. We can build a study. So, build.
New equipment, improvements, units, spells, and diplomatic options can all be unlocked through researching new technologies. To change your research, click the Research button on the main screen and choose a technology in the Civilization, Warfare, or Magic tech trees. Civilization techs will help you improve your cities and strengthen your economy by unlocking new improvements and faction bonuses. Warfare techs will help strengthen your military by providing new weaponry, equipment, and training techniques for your units. Magic techs will increase your magical prowess by unlocking new spells and magical items.
Okay.
Finalize your selection by clicking the Done button. Any prerequisite technologies to the one you have selected will be added to the research queue.
Fair enough. Many flock to your city amongst the several scholars. It allows us to research mining, which allows us to tap into precious materials. So it wants us to do mining. Okay, select the research bar. I assume mining is it's a civilization one, so we will pick mining. And done.
You can cast any strategic spell known by your sovereign or any champion you control from the spellbook on the main screen. Strategic spells can be cast on the main map. Tactical spells can only be cast in combat. To cast a spell, select it in the spellbook and click the Cast Spell button. Most spells require a specific target. If so, you will then be prompted to select that target before the spell is cast.
Okay. Seems fairly straightforward. I'm going to cast Inspiration to magically aid our research. So the spellbook is where? That's units and cities. Spells? Spells. Inspiration. Cast spell on the city.
As you explore the world, you will come across notable locations. Most hold lost treasures, including equipment, items, or resources. They can be identified by the green treasure chest icon that hangs above them. To claim a notable location, simply move a champion or your sovereign unit onto that tile.
Fairly straightforward. Move your sovereign to the east where an equipment cache is room to hold lost treasure. Okay. Where is my sovereign? My sovereign is there. So left click to select. And then right click to move to there. And then right click to move to there. I'm out of move, so turn. New technology. Open research. What does refine production do? That seems like a good thing to get, to be honest. An old spear, a veteran of many battles. Despite its age and countless battles, used as a still formidable weapon. Powerful weapon, even though it's unfamiliar.
In the train menu, you can enlist the help of several types of units. If exploration is your goal, select the Scout and press the train button. If you are looking to expand your kingdom, you can instead train Pioneer units. They can settle new cities and establish outposts to claim new territory.
So they're like settlers in
If you wish to increase your military might, you will find militia available for training initially. As you research additional technologies, new military units will be unlocked. You can press the Design button if you want to create custom unit types with the weapons, armor, and traits you have available.
Cool.
In addition, as your technology level improves, your newly trained units will come outfitted with better equipment. The units you have already trained can also be manually upgraded, provided they are within your borders. Keep in mind that a city cannot train a unit and construct an improvement at the same time, so manage your city queue accordingly.
So, again, exactly like wants me to train a pioneer. I'll equip that.
Understanding and managing the finances of your kingdom is vital to your nation's growth. Having a steady stream of Gildar is essential in order to pay your army's wages. In addition, surplus Gildar can be used in a variety of ways, from taking advantage of an opportunity in a quest to recruiting and outfitting champions. The most direct way to control your finances is by changing your tax rate. As you raise taxes, your income will increase, along with your unrest level. The higher your unrest, the less research and production your cities will provide.
So you get more money at the cost
The
of
tax
other
slider
stuff.
on the main screen will tell you the potential results of adjusting your tax rate as you change it. To see the details of your economic breakdown, click on your total Gildar at the top of the screen.
Go into tax and we can go down to low. Use this time to see what lies beneath the fog. Okay. Well, there's something there, so let's make that our objective next, shall we? That's interesting. It seems like you can't queue a move, maybe, because there's like when I come down here to click turn, it moves it off it. Okay.
Pioneers are a necessity when expanding your kingdom. They can be used to settle a city or construct an outpost. If you're looking to build further from civilization, perhaps to capture a resource node or expand your borders, you may want to build an outpost. Outposts have the advantage of not requiring any yields in order to be built. Unlike cities, outposts will not produce tax revenue or have a construction queue. To build an outpost, simply select a pioneer and click the Outpost button. If your pioneer is tasked with settling a new city, knowing where to place it is of the utmost importance. Every city will have varied potential based on the yields of the tile it was founded on. Settle on a tile with high grain yields if you want a large city. Settle on high material yields if you want a city with maximum productivity. Settle on high essence yields if you want to fill your city with magical enchantments. As your nation expands and founds additional cities, your populace will take more effort to manage. This will lead to a global increase in unrest levels for each new city you construct. To found a city, select a pioneer and click the Settle button. Be wary when placing a city or outpost near a monster's lair. If your borders expand over a lair, it will release the monster to roam and attack your realm.
Okay, so how do I scroll the map? Oh, with the arrow key. Ooh, it's pretty fast too. Where's my pioneer? Why did they start over there? He's out of move. I assume the city, to see if there's a edge scroll is enabled. Maybe because I've got I don't know, maybe it doesn't like two screens. Seems a bit odd. But I mean, I've heard sillier things in the past. See, that way works, yeah. That way works, that way works, that way doesn't work. Because that's where my other screen is. Interesting. Maybe because I'm... because I'm streaming. Because I'm silent, unable to talk. Yeah, no, because I'm streaming. Could be the issue. Chasm. Okay, he can't move any further. My city appears to be not building anything. I guess we got the... I guess we... Details? This is where it tells us, yep, so we got the study, whatever the study does, +1 research. Okay, cool. Alright, end the turn. So I have done that, haven't I? Then next to... Then we need to build an iron mine. Okay, so I actually have to build
Champions
the
are the
mine as
heroes
well.
of the world of Elemental. They gain levels, cast spells, and acquire items, much like your sovereign. As your faction accumulates fame over time, new champions will offer to join you. When they do, you will be presented with a choice between different champions. Pick wisely, as there is no guarantee the ones you decline will return in the future. You can increase your nation's fame by building certain improvements, and by completing quests. Quests can be found scattered throughout the world, and are easily identified by the scroll icon above their tile. In order to undertake a quest, simply walk a champion or your sovereign into that tile and follow the instructions. Active quests will be added to the quest tracker on the left side of the screen. You can click on a quest to be taken to the location of its next objective. Please move your sovereign onto the quest location on the map to continue.
Okay, well, once you show me where that is, I will do so. Okay, what did that do? Well, it's not finished yet, but it will build. Okay. The wide-eyed young man approaches you, visibly shaken. Rats! They're everywhere! They've infested my family's burial grounds. I will give you a doom club if you help me. Will you assist him? Rats are my specialty. Clear out the rest. Well, that was exciting. We just did it. Okay. Oh no, we got to go there. Okay, I take it back. That was less. Let's go. If he scratches, you clear them out in the room. Return to the inn and report the... Oh, okay. No, that was pretty straightforward. To be honest, you just move there and probably it's randomised as to whether it happens or not. Okay. As to whether you win or not. Okay, so... Would you rather have some Gildar than the Doom Club? Well, it says the Doom Club's value is only 20. I already have a magic weapon, so I'll take the Gildar. What the heck? Not that it matters. I mean, this is a tutorial. Fame is growing, attracting legendary heroes, but only one will join your cause service. Okay. Magar. I will restore your service and your men. That sounds better than life is cruel, but not nearly so much as I.
There are many threats in the world of Elemental, including enemy factions and monsters who owe allegiance to no one. No matter the enemy, there are common things you should watch out for when judging the potential danger of any unit. As a first indicator, all units in the game are broken into one of 5 increasing threat levels: weak, medium, strong, deadly, and epic. In general, units will find a fairly even fight against enemies with the same threat level, while they will struggle against units of a higher level. Threat levels, however, cannot tell you everything you need to know. It's important to consider the specific spells, special abilities, and statistics of units on both sides of a close matchup. For instance, abilities like immunities to certain damage types can swing a battle dramatically in some fights, yet be completely useless in others. Choosing the correct battles to engage in, and those you should avoid, will be essential to ensuring your victory.
Deadly Earth Elementals rose into the eastern forest. Send your sovereign enchantment to attack this monster before he threatens your kingdom. Okay. That's Iriel, so we'll move Iriel onto there. So that's our army, which is weak. Which needs to go there. Have we not actually trained some more units? We could have. Probably should have been doing that, but it hasn't been telling me to do it, so... Oopsie. Guard. Oh, no, not there. There. Guard there. So I've now got a weak army, but I've got, you know, a bit more than I had before. Okay, well I don't feel like I probably need to do much. There's nothing else to build. Clear a forest. I don't know what clearing a forest does. So you can see, so militia have a better attack than spearmen, but spearmen have a better initiative and defense. And then you've got pioneers and scouts. Scouts are rubbish in a fight, but they can fight. Okay, cool. Well, we should win. We've got 26 attack to its 5.
Tactical battles pit two opposing forces against each other, giving the player more control over the outcome of combat. Units take turns based on their initiative values. The higher the initiative, the sooner a unit will be able to take its turn. During a turn, the active unit can move a number of tiles up to its maximum moves, and then take an action. Actions consist of attacking, casting a spell, or using a special ability, and are displayed at the bottom of the screen near the current unit's portrait. Where you position your units during battle is of vital importance. By surrounding an enemy, you can provide swarm bonuses for your units during melee attacks. Be mindful that the enemy can take advantage of swarm bonuses as well. The initiative list on the left side of the screen can be used as a reference for what order units will be taking their turn. In addition, some spells have casting times. When you are channeling a spell with a casting time, you can use the initiative list to check when it will finish casting. Click the play button if you would like the AI to take over for you. Resume manual control by pressing the pause button. Instantly resolve the rest of a battle by pressing the auto-resolve button. Combat will end when all forces from one side are defeated.
So you can't withdraw, it would appear. Okay, so my sovereign, then the elemental, then the spearman, then aerial. Okay. So she's got, what, 4 move? 4 attack? Well, that's aerial. So I assume the green is her, even though it says aerial when I mouse over it. So we've got heal? Or is it aerial that's selected right now? Aerial is selected right now. That's my lady. Okay, so I've got heal, which doesn't do any good because no one's taken any damage. Soul Spark, which he doesn't have a hammer for. And he can't even, it seems, move. So we will pass. Pass. What can she do? She can move. So I'll move her to there. Can she cast that on? She can. He is dazed. Okay. Alright, so it's right click to move rather than left click. That makes sense. I've got heal, soul spark. Impale. And Soulspark. So apparently they can do Soulspark. Who knew? I can just attack. There's just a regular attack rather than a special. Okay, and everyone attacks it. So right-clicking just seems like everybody does it. Okay. Probably got some swarm bonus out of that. Thanks for playing the tutorial. Now try the things you... Okay, so new game. Who are you? So you can pick a sovereign. So he's an adventurer, so you can see all sorts of different abilities. You have better experience, units take extra action, air disciple, fire apprentice, discipline, train henchman. Train henchman with the hero's technology. Quest maps, heroic, unique equipment, all sorts of stuff. He's a general. So what do we got? So he's good at... He's got some healing abilities. He's a good tactician, which gives initiative bonus. He gets the ability to escape with remaining up. So that's quite good. So that's with civics technology, produce wealth, construct inns, logs to the bazaar, gets war horses. Oracle Cesara says she's got Wraith Blood, bonus to dodge but fewer hit points, death spells, scarred. Arr. Hunter, diplomat, all sorts of, and then you've got create. Right. Empire of the Dead, Kingdom of Altar, Kingdom of Capitar, Kingdom of Gildan. So they all get different traits. Kingdom of Tarth, Empire of Craxus, Empire of Magnar, Empire of Rizaln. There's lots of empires. So, undead dead have no use for food. They cannot use grain eels or build farms. They must build catacombs and necropolis to help their city's population. Raising city transfers the city population to capital. When men are fallen and defeated in combat, they're transferred as population to your nearest city. Could be fun. Apparently, the female is interesting. Very different looks. Not sure that's working as intended, in fact. But yeah, so we could be a horrible undead. And who wouldn't want that? What are your magical proficiencies? Well, I feel like I should probably have Death Disciple. Yes? What was your profession? Plus 10 for completing quests. Start with 2 bandit units. Do 25% more damage. All units get 25% to general. Plus 25 to XP. Minus 10 unrest. Plus 2 for summons. Minus 50 to wages. This is all quite interesting. That lets us have lots more armies, so why not? Talents. Appearance, which I guess doesn't really matter overly much. I feel like, you know, he needs pants. Where are the pants? That looks a bit better. by starting with equipment costs some stuff. Okay, fair enough. Head. Gwendar horns. Devil horns. Devil horns. Sure. Body. Leader pack, sure. Backstory, blah blah blah, and then we get some stuff in here that we can pick out. So Tumen is +2 mana. Escape from battles, that seems like it might be handy. Costs a point. Hardy. No damage from poison. What is Hardy? So that reduces what Hardy's worth. Reduction to initiative, never suffers critical. Creates terror. Yeah, misandry is not a thing that exists, game. Clumsy. I mean, he probably is cruel. +1 to attack, +5 unrest. Would the undead actually get that? Cowardly, scarred, weak. Treasure hunter, 5% chance. Casting a spell heals this unit by 5 points. That seems handy. +1 accuracy and spell resistance per level. Sure, that'll do. Yeah? Yeah. Card view. You can post to Facebook, apparently. Sure, that'll do. Nice pants. Is this because he doesn't have any pants? There weren't any options for pants. Okay. Sure. Sure. Just gonna default everything for the purposes of giving this first map a bit of a go. Unless, of course, it's crashed again. That would be unfortunate. Oh no, just... Far beneath with the plains of the world, Renu discovers his call to do far greater things than dig. A mining expedition feeds the side of Renu and does another 20 years, and no family home or drive to adventure. The humble miner spent long years digging downwards and restful nights under the sky. Gazing upwards one morning, as the stirred dust hung heavily, he uncovered a relic of the cataclysm. Accidentally touching the Sarkis crystals, visions appeared his mind of dusty waste brought to life by his touch. From that day, Renu worked to discover himself and the great powers beheld in his vision. Okay. Sure. So grain doesn't matter. It's an abandoned caravan. There's loot there. Grain doesn't matter. So either lots of production. Water shard. Darkling Lucifer's army. Or go there and get the mana. You watch as your flag, the flag of the dead, flutters in the wind high above the simple huts of Galabethan. It is beginning this place, and you capital of the Empire of the Dead, but you turn away all congratulations. She will be satisfied only when the flag of the dead flies of all lands east and west alike, when the sight of it and the sound of your name causes both men and fallen to tremble in fear. Hokily dokily. Well, I suppose we should get some researching in, shouldn't we? Civilization, civics. Well, actually, what can I do in terms of building? Anything? So I can build a cleric. So reduces unrest, increases fame. I can produce a which is Gilder. I can produce a monument, which increases my zone of control. Terror domination. Negates the unrest penalty from the outer cities. +1 growth, +10 fame. Mausoleum. We'll build a monument. We will research what does civics do. Bell tower in the inn. Restoration, sure. Okay, so my army has a 41 attack and a 1 defense. His army has 28 and 0. And there is a water shard there. Or we can go there and get some stuff. Build a mine here to harvest. There's some caravan there. Well, this could be quick, but why not? We've got 7 units. I mean, we're better. So sure, let's give it a go. What do we got? Blindness, Curse, Shadow Bolt, Wither, Elegy, Feed, Terror. So apparently if you just do attack, all adjacent units attack. That's interesting. So what do we got? We've got blindness. Shadow Bolt. Killed 1, that's good. Can't reach anything. He's annoyingly far away. We won. I don't know what a Darkling Lurker is. Can I click on it to see? Details? Nope. Okay. Select your path. Path within which traits you value when you gain levels. This is with your unit's path for the rest of the games. You've got Assassin. Fast attacks are debilitating, nor defense will kill outright. Resilient attack on a faltering wall between your enemies. Strengthening their armies, the cities they serve. Mage. Others use known as prisoner of true mage. Warriors. I think we should be a mage. I don't really like that. Strikes a random element, ally or enemy in range. If the axe misses, the unit gets a second attack against the same target. Strike 3 adjacent enemies. I mean, it's got some advantages, but I guess it means stay away from your other units. Well, we can do that. Can I select my unit? Thanks. What does it do? Plus one side. Okay, yeah, sure. Banished Ogre's army. 331. It's got a lot of defense, though. Not necessarily a fan of fighting that just yet. Need to do something here. Might be time to start training. So skeleton, 24 hit points, 6 attack, no defense, 3 move, 14 initiative. Okay. Plus 3 hit points, okay. And there's a quest there. Well, we may as well go there, yeah? Next turn. And there's a... Oh, no, don't want that, want that. Give me a short bow. Sure. Done. So we just need to go to there. Seems relatively easy. And go here. We can't build there just yet. We don't have much Gildar, so I'm going to take the Gildar right now. Who have we got? Crawl Gravehands. So he's got Earth Apprentice, Trogblood, and Revenge. He's got Crack's Blood, Adventurer's Boon, and Guard. Sure, Crawl Gravehands it is. God, lots of noblewomen needing to be moved around, aren't there? So, 8 attack -1 crit chance, 10 attack +3 initiative. Can I move that to someone else? So I can equip that. Well, his dual axe is just as good. The possessed axe is... the possessed axe has 3 more, but a penalty to initiative. and you can't be next to people. So if I then go in here and I go into equip, it's a bit slower. I just need to make sure he's not next to anybody. But sure, we'll do that. Can she not join my army or something? No, apparently not. Aha! So we've got restoration, which allows us a workshop, which is +1 production per. What does warfare do? Leather armor. Training. Training it is. This is Rueni's army, so he's going there. This army is going there. Sure. I'm a terrible person. I feel like that was probably fairly obvious though. Okay, so we've met somebody else. Escape gets rid of it. Found an item. Okay. Okay, so that's actually the general. Fair enough. So that right now is as big as my armies can get, is 4. Okay, fair enough. Once we've got the skeleton in to defend the city, we're going to need some other stuff. Specifically, I think we're going to need to follow up with a pioneer because we're going to need to expand our reach. This is a desolate cemetery. medium. A lot more defense than mine. Strong. Definitely want to stay away from that. It's probably going up there next then. Wild horses. Cool. There's a quest to get. Threat medium. Sure. Find the staff that unlocks the prison. Just there. I will have that staff. So it's a fight. How bad is this? Probably pretty bad, but we'll see. Oh, that's pretty good actually. Fairly happy with that. Right. Did quite well there. Leveled up a bit. Killed 2 Ignis, whatever they are. Well, fire snakes, obviously. General. Or mage. Plus 25 experience, plus 10 spell mastery, plus 1 level for summons, or 15 experience, plus 2 strength, health regeneration, initiative. That one. He's a warrior. Bring the Staff of the Furnace to the Pit of Utheron. Okay. Where is the Pit of Utheron? I don't know where the Pit of Utheron is. But in the meantime, I can sort of head for there, I guess. Skeleton in 1. Now in here we want to build, no, we want to train a pioneer, I guess. Long-wing archer. Yeah, I feel like we need to be getting another city sooner rather than later. Still pretty slow on the old... probably don't need that. Researching is pretty slow. Sharp axe. Let's give him that to trade. Can we get rid of things? Is there a way to sell things? Need a shop, apparently. Okay, but yeah. That's better. Wildwing Archer's army. Seems like a thing to kill. Timberwarg's army. 4240. 311, yeah, they're easy. I think we'll just auto-resolve that. Doesn't seem to be any point not to. Pioneer's going to take a while. I want to resolve that as well. Won that fairly easily. Ah, this is a bit of Utheron. Okay. Well, we'll go there next. Sure, let's see. Let's see what happens. Gives you a different staff. The Hailstone staff. Yeah, it's pretty good. It must be said, it's pretty good. Now, it seems like I've left treasure there somehow. Message from Ithril, yeah, that's nice. Yeah, so there must be... Okay. Oh, not what I wanted. Okay, so I'm not sure how you're supposed to actually do that. Metal, clay pit. That's not very interesting. Ashril's army, which is medium. What have we got? I don't know what that is there. Spiderling's army. Seems like I've got a lot more defense, it would seem. Assume that 9 is defense. Yeah, 9 is defense. Okay, well he's finished. Yep, he's finished, so let's get our pioneer out. build an outpost there. Oh no, we have to build it next turn, don't we? Okay, well next turn. This needs to build something. Workshop time. Because that should improve our productivity significantly. Okay, so it's still coming off this. Right, fair enough. What's that? Crystal Foundry? Okay. Probably shouldn't have built an outpost is what you're telling me. So he can actually reach any enemies. Can he? No. He can only go there. Ow. Dang it, he resisted. Well, we managed to do it without losing anybody, so I'm happy with that. Choose a trait. Unlocks a new ability. Experience plus 10 spell mastery, plus 1 level for summons. And unlocks a summon. Plus 10 hit points, plus 5 damage using Impale, plus 3 attack. Lethal. We found some Vambraces. We'll equip them. Great. Cragspawn, Rock Spiderling's army. I don't know that picking an attack straight away is actually my... Picking a fight straight away is actually my best choice here, but... That looks like more than I can handle. I don't want to fight that just yet. So Ashryl's army. 25 attack, 0 defense. Yeah, so the Ashryl seems like a better deal. New technology. So we can now get bigger armies, and we can get barracks. I don't know what a barracks does, but we can get it. Knowledge, study, produce research. Bell tower, docks, produce wealth. Charms, shard harvesting. Let's get shard harvesting. You're already building a workshop, which is grand. I feel like I shouldn't need to be involved with that. And I didn't. Next turn to get the whatever the treasure was. Find another item, which is an ice spear. Eh. Okay. Wasn't that exciting. Some potentially good stuff over there, basically, is what you're telling me. Yeah. Under the crag spawn, mind you. I kind of want a city over there if I can get it. Right. Hell Knight's army. That's not a bad place for a city. You know, 1-5 works for me. Don't want to try and tag on that Hell Knight, mind you. They look pretty nasty. Not enough population. Okay. Population 0, unrest 16. How do we get population? I guess is the question. Well, we'll see if it comes up. Lots of good places for cities for us there. That's not bad either. Less for production, but it gives you some mana. Okay, so we can construct shard sites now. Bigger, but what's his name? So we found 2. They don't particularly like us. It's all the standard. Apparently our borders are close. I haven't seen each other yet, though. I don't want charms. I want leatherworking, I think. How do I get more population? Kill some dudes, maybe? I mean, I've been killing quite a lot of dudes. We see how our borders can be close. Okay. Let's go with an army medium. We can give them a go. I mean, we should beat them, really. So, still can't build any of those because I don't have any population. And I don't know how I get population. Is it just by killing people? Well, let's get some more units in our queue because we might need them soon. And at the moment I don't know why I can't build a second city, so let's see how it goes with auto-resolve. Pretty well. Sweet. That was a good outcome. Probably not going to go any further just yet. How do you like now split this unit in two? Okay, you just pick one guy. And move them with him. Okay. So I've now got my own army and I've got what's his name's army. Fair enough. And I've got an iron mine which gives me metal, I've got a clay mine which gives me materials, I've got that which, I don't know, does stuff, but I don't know how I get another pioneer. 30 population. That's, yeah, that's fine, but why don't I have population growth? Do I only get population by killing men? I mean, I haven't met any men to kill, really. Well, this is, I mean, you know, this is just to try things out and show it. I'll probably keep playing with it offline. I don't think I'll bother streaming it, but this is this is Fallen Enchantress. It's a turn-based fantasy civilization. Civ 4, I guess, kind of era type feel to it, rather than Civ 5 or 6, where they moved to hex base and you couldn't stack units. But yeah, there you go. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll probably do another Let's Try at some point in the future, maybe next weekend, depending on how much time I invest into this.